we got to talk about the biggest one here, though. Obviously, everybody has a whole lot of opinions on this match. And I will tell you, when it comes to Swerve versus Moxley, before I slept on it, oh, baby, I was mad as hell. I was pissed. I will say this, though. Now that I've collected my thoughts. Actually, no, let me tell you my thoughts first before I tell you my collected thoughts. My thoughts first were, this is stupid. Why the hell are we continuing a feud from last year with Swerve Strickland and the Young Bucks when obviously the feud is that Swerve Strickland didn't want to join the Elite, threw those guys shooting to the dang crowd and all that stuff, and they had the blood and guts match and all that. Why are we continuing this? That's actually still my thought process. Why aren't we continuing this? Because I have an explanation for everything else but why the Young Bucks attacked Swerve Strickland, unless the explanation is the same explanation for the other ones. So this is what I think. I think the Young Bucks have been working with the Death Riders for basically this entire time now. I think that Jon Moxley was always terrified of Darby Allin, Private Party, and Daniel Garcia. I'm going to use an AOT reference here. Y'all remember when Aaron Yeager was going against, Armin, Mikasa, Levi, and all them other folks, and he gave them the chance to destroy him, the chance to take him down because of the fact that he wanted to be the greater evil that was going to bring everybody together and all that stuff. So once he got taken down, he had hopes that the world would all come together. I think Jon Moxley is the exact opposite. I think Jon Moxley does not want to give... Well, he's kind of in the same thing in that, like, he believes the world is never going to change, but Aaron Yeager had a little bit of hope. Jon Moxley has no hope. So I think that when it came to guys like Private Party, Darby Allin, and Daniel Garcia, he didn't want to give them the same chance that Aaron Yeager gave to Mikasa, Armin, Levi, and all these other folk. He said, no, I want them out. Problem is, though, these are young guys with really not much to lose. Young folks with not much to lose are going to risk their entire lives to be getting everything, and that was just not going to be able to work for Jon Moxley because they were going to keep coming back and coming back and coming back and coming back and coming back. So get them distracted. You have Jack Perry and not Private Party. You have Jack Perry and Daniel Garcia get into a feud. You have Private Party and the Young Bucks get into the feud. Put some gold on them. These guys start getting on the glitz, on the glamour. Stop focusing on the Death Riders because now they don't need to worry about the trios belts because they got their own belts to worry about because now they got folks coming after their belts. That leaves Darby Allin by himself. Darby Allin gets taken out. Then, obviously, going forward, you have other guys you really don't need to worry about because Hangman Adam Page was too focused on other things. Swerve Strickland, same thing. Jay White, same thing. You had Orange Cassidy try it about 2 times, but him and the conglomeration, the problem with them is that they're older guys and they're a lot more wiser. So because they are wiser, they're more likely to flight instead of fight. And that's what they did. They flew away. Orange Cassidy kind of stayed around, but after the second time, he flew away. Even when he's seen that my guys, me and my guys couldn't get it done, and then me and these other guys couldn't get it done either. So it's never gonna work. So he gave up. And then, like I said, I think I said Swerve Strickland already, but you had MJF, Swerve Strickland, Samoa Joe, all these other guys. None of them cared about Jon Moxley, and Jon Moxley wasn't really worried about any of them because they're all hotheads and they're all focused on other things that it's really easy to just manipulate them and all that stuff. I would not be surprised, though, if there is a world where Jon Moxley is working with the Don Callis family and the Hurt Syndicate as well, and that's why he was able to keep all these guys out of his scene because of the fact that, you see, like, they went after Kenny Omega. Why'd they go after Kenny Omega? Yeah, Kenny Omega's back, but why do you go after Kenny Omega, though? Because Kenny Omega's the one guy that probably would go after Jon Moxley immediately. And then you have Konosuke Takeshita, Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin. These are all guys that could potentially go after Jon Moxley, but none of them have gone after Jon Moxley. Why is that? MJF is another guy that could potentially go after them as well. Hangman Adam Page was starting to, get through to MJF, but then it didn't really work. Here comes old MVP with his cane, start walking out. Why does he want MJF so bad? So I think that there is a world where Jon Moxley is actually just paying everybody off at AEW to keep certain folk away from the AEW world title picture, and that's why he has been facing a lot of these mid-card guys. If that is the case, this story is 10 times better than I ever thought it was. If that's not the case, though, I'm going to be really confused. But I think that's also why the Young Bucks went after Swerve and them, was because of the fact that, the Hurt Syndicate couldn't keep him down. Obviously, they got too attached to their tag team gold. Then you had Ricochet, who couldn't keep him down either. So I think the Young Bucks were like, well, you know what? We're being paid. Maybe Jon Moxley threw a couple more dollars their way and said, hey, you know what? Come handle this. If anything goes wrong, come handle this. If Hangman Adam Page comes out there, come handle this. And so I think that's just the reason why. And yeah, the Young Bucks are rich and all, but man, what's a few more dollars, man? Every rich person want to get even richer. That's just what happens with rich folks. So I think that's what's happening with this entire storyline, which means that it probably will come back to, you know, Private Party, Daniel Garcia, like I had said earlier with these guys, or at least with Daniel Garcia. I think these guys are going to be able to now get back into the storyline probably around after Double or Nothing. Maybe Darby Allin isn't actually climbing and we're all just to believe that he's actually climbing, because I ain't seen no pictures of this man climbing once. So I think what's going to happen is Private Party went away, and if you heard about, I want to say it was Zay. I think Zay said that, you know, he's been going to a lot of therapy and that he's been away from AEW for a while because he really wanted to work on himself. I think that this is all playing into this storyline. These guys are trying to get their heads cleared. They're eventually going to get in contact with Daniel Garcia because, I mean, I hate to use outside stuff as a possibility as to why, but they were hanging out with Daniel Garcia. It's very possible that, like, they'll use that for a storyline to be like, you know, all these guys just got away from AEW to really find themselves again, really go to therapy, kind of work on a lot of things they've been going through. Then they'll eventually go get Darby Allin and say, hey, AEW is a mess. We were the guys until we got distracted. We need to get right back over there, and then we'll have Private Party, Daniel Garcia take down the trios champions of Pac, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta, and we'll have Darby Allin take down Jon Moxley. I don't fully like it because, I mean, if you tell me that Darby Allin does actually care about wrestling and he's not climbing Mount Everest and this was all just a dang work, then I love it. If you don't tell me that, and Darby Allin just, you know, said, screw it, I guess I'll just climb Mount Everest another time, or we wait until, like, World's End or something like that for Darby Allin to get back and to run this whole entire thing, then it's like, well, what the hell? You're telling me I got to wait all the way until the dang end of 2025 just for Jon Moxley to get dethroned? I mean, look, I don't need Jon Moxley dethroned. I think he's actually been really damn good. Like I said, he's been carrying the damn storyline, and if we get this for a couple more months, I'm not totally mad about it. A couple more months is until July, though. I just don't know how you work Darby Allin into it, though, because if he's not the wild card, what the heck happens then? I don't really know where you go with this unless you tell me that Private Party and Darby Allin have been in talks the entire time and they were kind of just waiting to see what happens with Daniel Garcia, and then they all talk to him, and then by the time Darby and Hangman happens, we get Darby to, you know, go on to beat Hangman, go on to beat whoever is next and stuff like that. My only issue with that is one of two things happens. Darby Allin beats Hangman Adam Page cleanly. It's got to be a top tier match, one. And two, I don't know how many people are going to be okay with it because of the fact that it feels like he doesn't really care much about wrestling. That's kind of an issue. That's why I said you got to kind of tell this, or at least, you know, tell it in a way that, like, we can understand what you're saying. Or two, which please don't go this way. Please do not go this way because this will just ruin Darby Allin's character. Darby Allin, in the match with Hangman Adam Page, quote-unquote, gets helped by the Young Bucks because they distract Hangman Adam Page in the match. Darby Allin gets the win because he doesn't even see that the Young Bucks helped him out. That would be horrible. Because everybody loves Hangman Adam Page. Everybody wanted to see Hangman versus Swerve. So we feel like this story is getting pivoted. So if we feel like our delusions were never going to happen because they were sticking with Darby Allin going against Jon Moxley, being the guy to dethrone him, everybody's going to be upset like the way that they were upset last night because of the fact that we're not getting Swerve versus Hangman at All In. But I am happy that we're probably going to be getting Swerve and Hangman versus the Bucks coming up real soon. I don't think we're going to get to that Double or Nothing. I think what's going to happen at Double or Nothing instead is Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, and Swerve Strickland versus the Young Bucks and Kazuchika Okada. Then we'll get Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega at All In, and then we'll get Hangman Adam Page and Swerve. I don't know what the heck they're going to be doing at All In, to be honest. I actually don't know, but we're going to be getting something like that. They'll probably be like in the Casino Gauntlet or something like that just to do something with them. Honestly, we could get Swerve Strickland winning the Casino Gauntlet. I'm not mad at that at all. I think that would be great for Swerve Strickland because it would just add more to his resume. And I think that would be a great way to kind of repay him is that, you know, we're not giving you the Dynasty win. Instead, we're going to give you the win at All In and the Casino Gauntlet. I love that. Or you go Hangman Adam Page and you continue and you somehow get Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland. I think we can get Swerve winning winning the Casino Gauntlet and then going on to face Hangman Adam Page at some point in time whenever he finally does cash in on whoever the heck had the championship around that time. Don't really know where you go with that. But I think that this is going to be the way that we just have Darby beat Hangman cleanly. It sucks for Hangman to lose the first round, but I think it's better than the alternative, which a lot of people are now saying Will Ospreay. I'm sorry. We're not doing Will Ospreay. I love Will Ospreay. That's my dog. But if you're telling me the story is that the best wrestler in the world had to go defeat Jon Moxley because the main character couldn't get it done, which is basically saying that the strongest has to do it because the main character that's tried his hardest couldn't do it. No, because what makes Will Ospreay the best wrestler in the world? When he lost to Konosuke Takeshita and he lost to Swerve Strickland, these guys both have obviously, claims to make that they're the best wrestler in the world. So Will Ospreay isn't even the best wrestler in the world until he beats the other two guys. Unless you're telling me that we're having Will Ospreay defeat Jon Moxley, and then the story lined up for him afterwards, defeating guys like Konosuke Takeshita and Swerve Strickland to prove that he is the best wrestler in the world. I mean, I'm not mad at that because Will Ospreay is a cocky motherfucker. So if we're going to have him basically be AEW CM Punk, I'm not completely mad at that, but I don't think I like it for this storyline, at least. I would run that afterwards. Like, I would have Will Ospreay dethrone Darby Allin. I wouldn't mind that at all. I'm not having Will Ospreay dethrone Jon Moxley, though. We're going with this direction just because, we really don't want Darby Allin to win now. Which is a really bad thing, by the way, Tony Khan, if you're listening to this, or if anybody at AEW is listening to this. The fact that everybody wants everybody else but Darby Allin to be the guy, that means you kind of fucked up with Darby Allin. I'm going to be real with you. You kind of messed up. And it's something that I was worried about. I would have never even said the whole dang climbing thing. I don't know how you let that report get out. I would have said the dude's just injured. That's what I would have done. Dude did a work. Now, this is another direction that we could go in, which I forgot to talk about last episode. So that is 100% on me. My bad. I was super tired when I was recording the episode at the end. Jay White has a heel turn that is probably coming up because he was pretty upset with Will Ospreay saying that he's on another level and all that stuff. Oh my God, are they actually going with Will Ospreay? Because you have Jay White. Because I said that if you go with Will Ospreay, there's nothing lined up. But damn, Swerve Strickland, one of the best wrestlers in the world. Konosuke Takeshita, one of the best wrestlers in the world. Jay White, one of the best wrestlers in the world. That's 3 potential feuds. Ew, are we really going with Will Ospreay? I don't like it. I personally don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. But Jay White has a heel turn coming up, so maybe we have Jay White come back within like a month, something like that, from his hand injury, and then he faces Jon Moxley at Double or Nothing, because obviously Jon Moxley got to face somebody at Double or Nothing. We're not having this guy not defend the belt for like a whole dang 2 months, basically. So I don't know where the hell we go with that, but I don't know. I think you could actually run Jay White versus Will Ospreay, which means that you would have Will Ospreay win. Unless we have Will Ospreay lose the Owen Hart Cup tournament and we have him win the Casino Gauntlet. But I want Swerve to win the Casino Gauntlet. But then again, apparently what I want ain't going to happen, so I don't know. But then again, I also did say from the beginning that Darby Allin was going to happen, so I've been trying to talk myself away from this damn Darby Allin thing, but it's probably going to happen. I don't think it's Will Ospreay. If it is, I'm asking the question, why the hell did we not just do Swerve Strickland in? We could have done Swerve Strickland dethroning Jon Moxley and had Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay at All In, unless you're really telling me that you wanted Will Ospreay to win it to get from Jon Moxley, so he can say that he's the strongest, so he can say that he's on another level that nobody's ever attained because he was the only guy able to dethrone. Oh my God. They are doing it, aren't they? Oh, they're doing it. Please tell me that they didn't have Swerve Strickland lose. So when Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland potentially have a feud after Will Ospreay defeats Jon Moxley, he could say that he beat the guy that Swerve Strickland was not able to beat. Oh, man. I hope they don't say... Wait, no, how the hell is Will Ospreay going to beat Jon Moxley with all the Death Riders right there? Because you're not telling me that nobody else... You want me to believe that Will Ospreay is on just that high of a level that nobody else could get the job done by themselves or even with a group, but Will Ospreay can? This dude Swerve had Hangman Adam Page and the Ops to help him out, and he still couldn't get it done. Like, I am just... No, please tell me we're not going with Will Ospreay. we might be. This might be like AEW CM Punk or AJ Styles moment in 2016 where Will Ospreay just, calls himself like it'd be like the On the Next Level kind of thing. I don't even like On the Next Level, by the way. It don't hit for me, but it's On Another Level. My bad, not On the Next Level. I don't know. I guess they could. I mean, hey, look, Will Ospreay getting the AEW World Championship would be cool. No, I'm not mad at that at all. I just don't fully like it. Yo, what if they, like, I thought of another reason about Jon Moxley and the Young Bucks. Oh, this is going to be sick, y'all. I've been predicting a few things. I really hope I don't predict this one right here. What if Jon Moxley gave Jack Perry the AEW World Championship and said, you're the AEW World Champion? And so whoever beats Jon Moxley, when they open up the briefcase, there's no championship in there. And then he just starts laughing. And then we see Jack Perry come out with the AEW World Championship. Oh, that would be sick. Oh, that would be the nastiest thing in the world. But I wouldn't be surprised either. Oh, man. Yeah, no, that would just be absolutely sick.